AM 1170. The Answer.
Welcome back. You are listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170, The Answer. My name is Kyle Whissel, your host with Whissel Realty. My co-host, Mr. Jason Hall with Team Home Loans and self-proclaimed Chargers homer, is living up to his name and is waiting in line at StubHub Center in Carson. First guy in line for Chargers season tickets. He is the ultimate Los Angeles Chargers fan. Jason, we appreciate you, and we know that you're here in spirit and you're taking one for the team to get us tickets to the Los Angeles Chargers. So thank you, Jason. Before the break, we were talking with Greg Gagnon with the UPS stores. If you're interested in learning more about the UPS stores, whether you want to own one, you want to work at one, anything like that, give us a call, shoot us a text. We'll get you connected with Greg, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. So this morning, I was pulling up articles on the UnionTribune.com, and one of the articles that caught my eye is 23 zip codes hit new price peaks in San Diego. So I've got Bryan Mancuso with the Whissel Realty team in here. So Bryan, give us the lowdown. What's happening in the market right now in San Diego?
Well, yeah, right now San Diego's it's hot. Inventory is low. We're at a 13-year low with inventory that's available out there for sale. So aside from the Bay Area, San Diego is the 8th hottest market for sellers in the nation right now, which is huge. If you bought a home a few years ago as a starter home, $400,000 or $500,000 home, it's a great time to look into maximizing and getting top dollar for that home and moving up to that other home, because the market, as you start to move up in the higher price ranges, is opening up compared to where you're at that entry level median market.
So when you refer to inventory, what does that mean? I mean, if somebody's, a novice when it comes to real estate, explain inventory.
Okay, so generally San Diego has anywhere from about 6 months of inventory, which is enough inventory to supply demand for 6 months.
Okay.
And right now we're at about a month and a half.
Okay.
So it's a lot lower than average. There's not much out there. If you've been out looking, you know that there's not much selection out there.
Right. Yeah, I was pulling up Scripps Ranch yesterday, and it was 0.6 months of inventory. So what that means is if nothing else came on the market, we would be sold out of homes in Scripps Ranch in about 15 days. There would be nothing else for sale. I mean, that is crazy. So normally, if you shut it off and nothing else new came on the market, it would normally take about 6 months to sell out. Right now, Scripps Ranch just happens to be the one I pulled up. 0.6 months, 15, 16 days, you would be sold out of homes.
That's intense. Wow.
Yeah. So we are running near all-time lows. And that 13-year low, that's really only because that's as far back as the stats go. So the stats go back to 2004, and we're right about that same level as 2004 right now. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So, if somebody's listening, they're like, wow, there's nothing for sale. Obviously, it would be a great time to be a seller right now. What are some tips for somebody who is thinking about, selling their home?
Well, thinking about selling is first thing, get in touch with an agent that you trust. Someone probably from Whissel Realty or someone similar to that, but somebody that knows what's going on in the market and can position your property correctly and market it so that you can maximize and negotiate the best contract and close quickly and transition if that's your goal to move up to that next house. Because you want somebody on your side that's going to represent you and make sure that you're covered on all ends of it, and that you're going to maximize your profit on it and be able to move into that next home.
Okay, perfect. Again, if you want to get connected with Bryan over at Whissel Realty, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. Bryan, what area do you focus on? Do you have any specific area? Do you cover the whole county?
I've sold everything from down in Chula Vista all the way up even Temecula, but kind of focus in central area, La Mesa, Santee, Mission Valley, North Park, some of the more central in San Diego, but we've covered everything.
And you live in La Mesa yourself, right?
I do, Lake Murray area.
So what do you like about La Mesa?
Great school district, great community there, pretty central. You can get anywhere pretty much in San Diego, and go all the way up to Oceanside or all the way down to Chula Vista, and it takes you about 25, 30 minutes going either way, of course, without traffic.
Right. What do you like to do in La Mesa or in and around La Mesa?
Well, there's some great community parks there. You've got Lake Murray that's there. It's great to take kids out if you've got pets and that kind of stuff, taking dogs out, riding bikes around that area. just lots of stuff around there, lots of parks. And then you've got everything that you need right there. You've got Grossmont Center, you've got a Costco right there. It's just, you don't have to leave if you don't want to.
Did you see they put a restoration hardware outlet?
I've been there.
In
Really?
Grossmont Center.
Really?
Like, who wouldn't? Now, if you've never shopped at Restoration Hardware, it is freaking expensive.
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
they have one in UTC, La Jolla area. All the fancier places have Restoration Hardware. Like, you go in to look at a dining room table, oh, that's great, let me get that, and it's like $3-4 grand. I'm curious of their inspiration to put one in Grossmont Center, because Grossmont Center is not a fancy mall by any sense. I mean, it's basically, you have Restoration Hardware looking right out at Walmart. So I'm curious what their motivation was, and it is an outlet, so obviously it is geared towards being a little bit more affordable. But I found that quite curious.
Well, I've had a personal experience with that recently. We were out actually looking for a rug. We didn't end up buying one there because even on sale, even at the outlet prices, they were pretty excessive. And then you've got World Market that's right there that's competitive with it, but much lower level, more reasonable price point that you can actually enter into. But yeah, they've got, compared to what I've seen, if you've ever ordered their catalog, it's like a brick that shows up on your doorstep, and it's pretty intense, the stuff that they carry there. But it definitely gives you an option to look there if you want to have Restoration Hardware furniture and you can't do it at the regular stores that they have.
I throw those bricks away because those bricks cost you a lot of money when your significant other finds them and starts looking through them. Yeah. We just did an open house at a property up in Sky Ranch in Santee, and they had done a lot of work to it. It cost me so much money letting my wife walk through there. She's like, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. I was like, oh, hell no. So, if you let them see those magazines, it ends up getting pretty pricey. Or the Pottery Barn magazine. I mean, it gets costly.
Those are dangerous.
Do you need to do you have a UPS store in La Mesa yet?
No, there's one there actually now. Yeah, and I'm always open to new ones. And I want to kind of keep stuff close to our area, like Santee, Lakeside. I'd love San Carlos. Or somewhere near there. But yeah, there's one in La Mesa right now. So if anybody has a tip on whether or not they're selling, I'd be interested to know.
I love it. So Bryan, what do you think is going to happen the rest of the year? I mean, we've got Trump in office. I know that rates have gone up a little bit since he's come in. It seems like that's kind of stabilized now. What do you see happening as the 2017 unfolds?
From the sources that I follow, and I'm sure some of the same ones that you're following as well, most predictions are for the market to kind of settle down from where it has been the last couple of years as far as values increasing. Right now with low inventory, it is competitive out there, and some prices are climbing quickly. But throughout the rest of the year and over the next couple of years, they're looking for home values to stay a little more stable, obviously increasing, but at a more healthy rate than what we've seen over the last few years. And then interest rates, they're going to come up a little bit. The economy is improving, so rates are going to start ticking up a little bit. Okay,
I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, my degree in econ from UCSD tells me that when supply is low and demand is high, then prices will go up. It's just a natural cause and effect relationship. So if you're out there and you're listening to the show and you're like, oh no, there's it's competitive and there's not a lot of inventory, you got to realize the longer you wait, the more expensive it's going to get. So while it can be a little bit scary to think about, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to compete with multiple offers and I might not get my dream house on the first one. Just understand, the sooner you get in, the sooner you start reaping the benefits of being a homeowner. I personally believe values are going to go up probably close to 10% this year based on the leading indicators, which inventory being a huge indicator. So think about that. If you're buying that home in La Mesa, $500,000 house, you can buy into that thing 3.5% down right now. So you buy into that thing with 15, 20 grand down, and the value goes up 10% over the course of a year. That $500,000 house is now worth $550,000. So you just took your $15,000, $20,000 investment and essentially tripled it in a year. And I mean, there's a lot of people probably listening to the show don't even make $50,000, a year from their job. Think about it, you could make that just from being a homeowner. So if you want to take advantage of the market, get connected with Bryan Mancuso over at Whissel Realty. Give us a call. Shoot us a text, 619-663-7355, 619-663-SELL. We're going to head to a break. When we get back, we're going to have the other Bryan Koci, in studio, our marketing manager and media manager at Whissel Realty. You're listening to Whissel Wednesdays on AM 1170, The Answer.
AM 1170, The Answer.